Hey guys, Greg Alexander again, and today I want to talk about square bill crankbaits. And I want to give you a little bit of a modification for square bill crankbaits. When is a square bill crankbait going to be at its best? Well, it's going to be at its best when you can throw it in the same places that you would throw a spinnerbait or a jig. Why? Because that's where the fish live. So if you just throw around the edges of the cover all the time because you're afraid you're going to get hung up, you might as well fish with something else. I mean, you may catch a few, but you might as well fish with something else. So I'm going to give you a few tips here on how to modify your square bill crankbait so that you can catch more fish. So the first thing, when you buy a square bill crankbait, that front hook is the key to whether or not you get through the cover or not, because that's what's hanging down. That's what usually hangs up. So the hook coming from the factory can be on the split ring one or two ways. Sometimes it comes where the front hook is facing directly forward. See that? Directly forward underneath of the bill. If the hook's facing directly forward underneath of the bill, it allows the hook to lay back on the body evenly. See, like that? Which basically makes two hooks unhookable, and the only one that can hook is the front hook. But that front hook basically catches the cover, and you spend half your time hung up in the cover. So you can do three things with a square bill crankbait to stop that. You can take the hook off the split ring and turn it 90 degrees and put it back on the split ring. And what that will do, instead of the hook being forward like it is now, if you take it off and rotate it 90 degrees and put it back on the split ring, you're going to end up with two hooks off on a 45, partially facing forward. It's a lot more weedless that way than it is with the single hook facing directly forward. What I do a lot of times, and people say, well, you shouldn't do that, you might lose fish, but I really don't have a lot of trouble, is I'll take that front hook and I'll clip it right off. You still have these two, but you have that front hook clipped right off. Or if you don't have a clipper or wire cutter in your boat that's strong enough to clip your hook, you can take a pair of pliers and you can bend that front hook over, bend it up tight. And that allows that bait to get through the cover. And people might say, well, you might lose a fish. Well, if you throw into the cover and you're regularly getting hung up, you're losing a whole lot of fish, because about the time you hit that piece of wood, and it should pop over the piece of wood, trigger the strike, you catch the fish or have a chance to catch the fish anyhow, versus it hanging up and you just ruined that piece of cover because you stay hung up all the time. So if you clip that front hook off, try turning it first so that the front hook is not facing forward, but the two hooks are facing on an angle forward. If that still doesn't work for you, bend that front hook down or clip that front part of that hook off. You will keep that bait in the strike zone, not getting hung up on a regular basis versus being hung up on a regular basis, and you will catch more fish. So I hope this tip helps you today. If you like my content, again, please hit the subscribe button, ring the little bell thing, and like it, please. And if you'd share my videos, I would appreciate that also. Have a blessed day. Thank you.